So you think you're gonna win, huh?
Oh yeah.
Nobody beats me. I'm the best.
I don't know about that tonight. Got everything you need over there?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Oh yeah? Well, what are you gonna bet?
I'm gonna throw in the studio.
Alright. I'm gonna carry this ZX Racer I found down the road.
Sure you wanna do that?
Sure do.
Alright, let's show me what you got.
I got 7 Bacchus.
Well, I have a full sabak. Read it and weep.
Chewie! Hey guys, Big 589 here with
Bazinga
And Q.
from Get Tech.
So we had to go see a movie today that had a crew in it. And like our crew here, we all stuck together, went in our spaceship, drove up to the theater to go see Solo. Q over here, when he was ready to see this movie, he was like jumping out of his pants because he was anticipating so much. He was so excited. He was, you couldn't shut him up in the theater. He had some guy in front of us tell us to shut up too.
Yeah.
So that happened.
Absurd people before trailers even began.
I know we were.
This is a
people.
movie I'm trying to watch.
Yeah,
I want to watch those fabulous Asian people.
I know the Aquafina girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lord knows a Poland Springs walks in. So we went to see Solo, guys, and the movie itself, it really adds a lot to the timeline for Star Wars. I think that in general, the movie itself was done perfectly. The guy playing Han Solo, I at first was not expecting it to be as good as a character. As Harrison Ford as Han Solo is my favorite.
Yeah.
But I wasn't expecting to actually grow to like him so quickly. He was perfect. I mean, and you read the books with Han Solo.
Yeah.
Was it anywhere near it?
Oh yeah. No, the character. He got the character down very well. And the fact that he did, the only thing he didn't have was that the gruffiness that Harrison Ford has to his voice.
Yeah.
And that was the only thing I think that was missing. But you got to see a part of Han Solo where that innate goodness came from.
Mm-hmm.
Because by the time we meet him in episode 4, he is not a hardened criminal, but he's been hardened from what he's been through.
Yeah.
At that point.
Yeah.
So when we see him in this movie, he's not exactly hardened yet. He's not really. We see the origin of the innate good guy in him.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts on Han Solo when you saw him?
Well, when I first saw who was playing him, I was very negative about him. I don't know. He doesn't look anything like. No. But after seeing the movie, I was a lot more impressed than I was before.
Yeah. He even has a squint that Harrison Ford does.
Right.
Which was pretty good.
I'm sure it took a lot of practice.
Yeah.
What got me is Chewbacca in this movie. Chewbacca wasn't as I want to say built in this movie. He was a little more he looked scrawnier in this movie though.
Not really.
Well, we did see him soaked head to toe.
Yeah.
In mud. So
that's one thing. I don't know. He seemed about the same size to me.
Yeah, and it's always been a curiosity to me, how Han Solo understands Wookiee, and how he understands Chewbacca throughout the movies, and they kind of attack onto that. It makes it right in the movie, and that's by all means not making a spoiler because it needed to be said in the movie because you hear Chewbacca talk in the background of the other Star Wars movies. It's no Chewie, we ain't doing that. Wait, how? What? Huh?
Yeah.
Chewie is pretty brutal in this movie.
Oh my
God.
Yes,
I would say I am really glad for this movie because this was the first Star Wars movie that we actually finally got to see the full force of Chewbacca because they cut a lot of those scenes out of the other Star Wars movies that were scripted to be in it, but they chose to take them out because they thought they were too violent.
It's funny because it's a lot of characters in this film actually were doing cameos from the original film to this film. One of the bounty hunters, the bounty hunters or
which the bounty? Oh, you mean the rebels that were starting?
Yes, a lot of the rebels in this one. One of the rebels is another character from the old franchise of Star Wars.
Yeah, and he also played in Willow.
Yes. So it's kind of good to see that they're kind of carrying on the legacy of bring the people from the original cast back to the newer movies. It's good to me, and I think without trying to spoil anything, there is a spot in this movie, I gotta say, where I jumped out of my seat and I could not sit still. I couldn't sit still in general, actually. That was kind of awkward.
Well, at that moment, the entire audience clapped.
Yeah.
So
we'll get into the clapping conversation about that in a minute. But so the spot I'm talking about, someone appears in the movie, and you're my jaw was dropped. I couldn't believe what I saw. Now, without giving too much away, is there a certain part of the film that you really enjoy the most?
I do at the point, kind of, well, it's weird because I don't want to give it away. It's right near the end when there's kind of a standoff between Han and someone else. And there was a whole debate about a certain scene that happened in episode 4, and I'm pretty sure the director was trying to make a point there. And that was probably my favorite scene.
Oh.
So my scene was when someone appears, and that's my personal thing. What about you?
I enjoyed when Han Solo finally got to drive or fly the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, and
because we know that was going to happen in the movie. Come on, guys.
And yeah, we also got to learn the origin of the nav computer, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Which was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really neat.
Overall, the movie was done to the point where I was not expecting to, like, again, I wasn't expecting to and go into this movie like anything other than it was Star Wars. That was my first thought.
Well, yeah.
But after watching it, I gotta say it really did it justice for me because I thought it was great. I thought it really put the storyline to Han Solo, like how everything happened, how he became who he was, and how he's going to become the person he is on episode 4 as he carries on from here. It really makes a character build movie, and that's the whole point of it.
And they actually might be doing a trilogy.
I don't know how a trilogy would work, but it'd be interesting to see. They'd have to introduce Boba Fett, and somehow Jabba the Hutt.
Well, Boba Fett's getting his own one.
Yeah. If we had to give this a scale rating between 1 and 5, what would you give it?
Oh, for all the Easter eggs alone that were in this movie, a 5.
Okay. Actually, I knew that was coming for you. I know that.
I give it a 4.
I would say if this movie was to bump it to a 5 for me, I would say I want to see the deleted scene, see if Chewbacca had any more brutal scenes like in this one. He was outrageously brutal. Like, I think they took some off to save the rating scale, probably.
Maybe.
Because I think Chewbacca was really good in this one. So you got a 5, you got a 4, and you got a 4. So overall rating probably about 4.5 out of 5.
About that.
If you guys like this video, please tell me down below in the comments because we have a lot more reviews coming out. The next movie that me and Q over here are going to see is going to be Hereditary,
yep.
Which I'm going to see if my friend wants to go with me. So it'll be maybe a good night for horror movies and dinner.
And dinner, okay.
If you guys like the video, hit that like button, subscribe, comment, thumbs up, follow me on social media. Be sure to follow these guys here on social media and subscribe to their channel, Get Tech. Be sure to check out James Cox's channel on YouTube. Hashtag iamacreator. There's a lot of good content on that channel. We do live videos almost every day now, I think.
Yeah, he does a live stream like twice a day, like a lot.
And there's a creator-thon usually on Saturdays they do. What that does is basically it makes it so you get your channel out there to other people and you have supporters that follow you and basically critique your channel, which helps you in the long run because little things you might see in a hiccup, like I didn't see that text was this or this was that, they'll sit there and say, hey, look, let me help you and you can help me, and then we can go from there.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's a very good community to join, guys. So this has been Big One Night 589.
Q.
Bazinga, Get Tech.
Signing off.